Hello and welcome. Today I want to share with you 4 tricks that you can do with your voice to enable your voice to be more flexible and have more variety and tone and also flexibility, so then you can use it in different ways depending on what you're doing. We talked about 4 vocal roles from Colin James, and he talks about the motivator and then the coach, the educator, and the conversational chats that we have with people all the time. And how do we use our voices in different ways? So the first one I'm going to start off with is the motivator. I believe the motivator needs to be firm, but it needs to be exciting, it needs to be fast paced. And how do you do that if your breath is right out of order? One of the things I want to show you, that when you breathe, you've got to make sure the air is flowing and it's not being trapped, stuck, and limiting you from speaking quickly and at the same time having that breath flow. So one of the ways that you can do that is making sure that your breath is down deep in that diaphragm area. And you can put your hand here in your tummy and push it out with the breath and then bring it in again, and push it out and bring it in again. So it's important that your stomach muscles are expanding, and as you put your hand there, that it's pushed out with the air. And as you do that, your breath is going deeply into your diaphragm. And then one of the ways to actually make sure that the air is traveling at the same time as your speech, so in other words, it's almost like fuel in your car, that the petrol's going as the motor's going, is to make sure that you have flexibility over that. So you can do something like this where it's shh. So you put your hand on your belly and you pull it in, you go shh, shh, and that begins to give you access to your diaphragm where the air is coming to your voice as you're using it. So that's number one, is the breath flow, especially if you want to be that motivator. The other one is to have a very bright sound in your voice, an energetic voice, and not a dull, deep voice if you're going to be the motivator, because high-pitched is going to be much more exciting. So one of the exercises you could do is something like this. Nay, 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 nay. What am I saying? I'm saying nays. It's e and I together, nay. Have a listen to this. Nay, 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 nay. I'm just moving through about 4 different notes, and of course I'm not treating you as a singer because this is for business coaching, vocal coaching. So I wanted to show you that what you can do there is start to expand your vocal range by moving over 4 notes, which is within that octave, which is 8 notes, and just expand your voice with a sound like nay, nay, to bring that brightness into your cheeks. All right, so if you want to be the coach, well, the coach needs to be very affirmative and needs to have that kind of directional approach, assertiveness. So we want a deeper tone. I would say a deeper tone would work better there. So one of the ways to do that, again, all the time with the breath, is a gug, G-U-G, gug. Gug, 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 gug. I know some of these are going to be weird, but they're normal. Honestly, they're normal if you're going to train your voice and exercise your voice. Next one. Gug, 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 gug. Gug, 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 gug. So this is making your voice come down deeper. Ga, 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 ga. And at the moment I'm playing an exercise here in the range where both men and women can reach. Of course, when I work with you, I would privately tailor these scales for you and exercises for your voice type, and they would be much more specific to me just making this general conversation here. Okay, so if you've got the educator, I believe the educator needs to have an all-rounder voice. It's very, very much stable. It needs to be balanced. It needs to be steady. So one of the exercises you can do here is probably a mum. Mum, 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 mum. The reason why I like a mum is because it's in the middle. It's not stopping the air pressure, like a gug, and neither does it kind of make it really bright like the nay that we just did before. A mum is just in the middle, so the tone of an educator would be very much stable. It doesn't have to go high and it doesn't have to go very deep. It just needs to stay steady. And again, this is just vocal tone, and it's just an idea that I want to share with you. But of course, there is so much more around this that I can share with you if you were to engage with me, so that I can give you specific exercises for your voice. Okay, and then what we have last of all is the conversational voice. The conversational voice is a friendly voice, so it's probably got more breath in it. I would suggest we can do some lip trills here. You can support it by lifting the skin here around your lips. And what this does, it regulates the muscle in your throat, which is your voice box and your larynx, all the muscles that make that work, and the breath flow. So these are just some ideas around what you can do to alter your voice tone to suit the roles that you need to play in doing business. We need to change our voice as we go, because the tone of our voice affects our messaging. Now, if you want to know more about this, go to my website, www.mariapalicano.com, and go to the mentoring packages and have a look down, scroll down, and have a look at the vocal coaching for business leaders and business people, people that are using their voice to communicate to others and influence others in a way where it's important that the message comes across and that the engagement occurs. Thank you very much for listening. And of course, just understand that this is an overall picture of different things you can do. Some of them are weird. Some of these exercises are weird, especially if you're not used to them. But they will help you expand your vocal range and also create variety in the sound of your voice. Okay, I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.